going to log into code.org. Let me guide you through those steps. So we'll head to my web page, and then we'll find the CODE down here. When we click on the code, we need to find the grade that we're going to use. Then we're going to find the teacher that we belong with. So we'll click the teacher, and we'll log ourselves in by clicking on our name. I'm using Ms. Harms as an example today. You'll have to find your secret picture and click it, and then you'll be able to push the button to sign in. Today we're going to be heading down to number 5, programming with the harvester, and you can see there's lots of puzzles that we're going to do. So you may or may not be able to finish all of them, and that's okay. Get as many done as you can in the time that we have. So the first puzzle here is a video that kind of tells us how the harvester is going to work, and we'll go ahead and you can watch that video on your own and then push the continue button. Basically what's going to happen, I'll kind of explain it, is that the harvester here needs to go and pick some sort of vegetable in their garden. And so what happens is we'll give the harvester the directions. Looks like we need to go 1, 2, 3 blocks east. So 1, 2, 3. Got to make sure that they all snap together. And then when we push the run button here, we'll actually see that the harvester gets to the vegetable, the corn in this case, but doesn't actually pick it. And we have a block at the top now that actually will say that we have to pick that corn, pick that vegetable. We have to be very clear with our harvester about what to do, and including when to pick something. Now when the harvester goes, she'll pick the corn, and we'll move on to that next level. So these puzzles will kind of work all in that same way. We'll see that in this case we have to move 1, 2, 3 times to the west. So we'll say 1, 2, 3 times move west, and then we end with and pick the corn. When we run it, we'll get our answer like so. 1, 2, 3, pick the corn. Good. So after we complete these kind of basic warm-up puzzles, here's 4. You can kind of see it's similar. We will have another video that talks about debugging. And in debugging, the puzzles that come after, you're going to be given some code already. So it looks like we already have some code down here. East, 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 east. 5 easts. And we got to figure out what's not going to work. Well, let's see. I'm going to push run, and oh, she doesn't pick the corn at the end. I'd better add a pick corn block to be able to fix this problem. There we go. Sometimes I'll be given code, and the code might be too much. So in this case, I can see that the direction here is go west. Oops. Go west 1 block. Go north. Oh, well, that's not going to work. If she goes north, she's going to run into the plants, the trees here. So I'm going to have to trash a block sometimes in order to make the code correct. Try not to just trash everything and start over. Like, I know you could probably trash it all and write the code correctly. The goal of these lessons is to try, those 2 lessons, to try and figure out what went wrong. And now we'll be able to program for ourselves again in 8, kind of what it's going to look like. Here's another piece of code in 9 that looks like it is buggy somehow. It doesn't have the right blocks there. Take a look at what happens in 10. In 10, a lot of people get confused on this one because what they'll end up doing is they'll say 1, 2, 3. So they'll go east 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then once they go east 3 times, they'll try and pick 2 pieces of corn. Because I see 2 pieces of corn here. 1, 2, 3, pick. 1, 2, 3, pick, pick. Oh, and it doesn't work, and they don't understand why. Can you see why this code doesn't work? What else do we need here? We need to go east another time before we can pick this block. You see, if we told the harvester to pick twice, she's going to want to pick 2 pieces of corn in this block, and there aren't. There's only 1. So we have to pick 1 piece of corn, then go to the next block, then pick the last piece of corn. Now let's see if this works. East, pick, east, pick. We got to make sure that we're always traveling. We can't just tell the harvester, pick 2 pieces of corn and not know where. Here's another example. East, pick, what would she need to do next to get to this last piece of corn? You would need 2 blocks here. 12 would look like this. It's a challenge puzzle. If you reach the challenge puzzle, you say, yeah, I'm ready. Ooh, that's a fun challenge puzzle. There's 4 pieces of corn that you can do there. 13 looks like this. 14, okay, so we got 3 pieces of corn to collect. 14 would look like this. Okay, we've got another 3 pieces of corn, and the last puzzle, number 15, would look like this. So we have 4 pieces of corn to collect. This will be the final puzzle. If you do beat this puzzle, then you'll be able to see kind of a screen that says you completed lesson 5. Congratulations. I'm not going to have you move on. You're not going to go on to lesson 7. We'll do that next time together. Instead, if you do finish, congratulations. You can go back to my webpage and you can do a free choice activity if you beat all 15 puzzles. But if you don't, it's not a big deal. It's okay, just as long as you're doing your best as you work your way through. That's not easy. It is a little bit challenging. You will have to think, and you'll probably fail a couple of times, and that's fine. That's great. That's what computer scientists do all the time. They try something, they fail, and then they fix it. So give me your best, give me your hardest effort, and I know that you'll be successful at programming the harvester to collect their vegetables. Okay, that's it for today. Remember, computer science will change the world, and you get to be a part of that change.